assuming I've edited quite a large section of that out. So this will be entering and exiting the tunnel without the massive long drive through it. So this is the exit. This is it. This is Italy. That'll be my other phone telling me I'm in Italy. Welcome to Italy. Here it is. Gets a bit bumpy now and goes downhill for a very long time. Little town of Bardonecchia down on my right hand side, very typically Italian. What's this horse box? I'm going to make my way down to the services at Gran Bosco. I might even stop there for the night. I need a break. I need a 45-minute break in 30 minutes. And I might stop there until tomorrow. Don't know yet. I probably will. So, this is day 2. I did stop at Gran Bosco last night. It's very rainy, as you can see this morning. Pretty normal for Italy at this time of year. Lots of rain. Won't follow the signs for Genoa here. I don't know why I'm indicating, nobody else bothers. Yeah, well, follow the signs for Genoa. I still haven't really made up my mind which way I'm going to go yet, but either way, follow the signs for Genoa at this point. I suppose you could follow the signs for Piacenza. All pointing in the same direction though, for now. So this is Turin. You chuck a left there for the A4 and Milan. It does get a bit frantic round here some days. Ferrari 430. For those that are interested, just gone past. Actually, I'm doubting that now. I think it was a 430. I think it was a 430 Scuderia, but I might be wrong. I don't know. If I am, don't bother telling me. Don't care. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning now, local time, so you'd expect it to be pretty free flowing at this time of day around here. I think Milan at this time of day would be a different story. Turin's usually not too bad, especially coming this bottom side, I find anyway. I always think, when I'm driving around here, it's just do your own thing, don't get involved. A lot of pushing and shoving goes on, a lot of undertaking, overtaking, occasional use of the hard shoulder. Just let them get on with it. The thing about us Brits, if somebody pulls in front of us or in some other way offends us, we take it so personally. And then go after them in some sort of vendetta or hurl abuse at them. I was in London the other day and I'm driving down the road. It's quite a wide road, no issues at all. I've seen somewhere I wanted to stop, I needed to stop coming up, so I indicated, came to a gradual stop at the side of the road, and the car behind me stopped behind me. I'd clearly not seen me indicated, and the fact that I'd moved over to the left to park basically, stopped behind me for a few seconds, realised I'd stopped, came out round me, stopped at the front of the truck and started hurling abuse at me. So I couldn't work out how that was my fault, but yeah, whatever makes him feel better. So, and I think I get that attitude from driving over here because they just don't take it personally over here. This Turin really, quite an unremarkable drive around Turin. You don't get to see much of it at all. used to do a job round here. I used to do Italian groupage. I used to do a delivery at Moncalieri. It was brake shoes for trains. It was really good. Even if you got down here 7, 8 o'clock at night, it was still open, they still offload you, no problem at all. It's a really good thing. Spain's the same. You know, 7, 8 o'clock at night is not unusual for places still to be open and working. They might have 2 hours for the lunch, but yeah, I'd much rather they do that and then work late. Whereas in Germany, Switzerland, Austria to a point, I suppose, you know, in Germany, you're lucky if somewhere's open till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just dropping down the big hill, our big hill, towards Genoa. The very, very long hill. I suppose almost you could call it a mountain descent. What I do normally in situations like this is cruise control. There is a hill descent system on the Volvos. It's on other trucks as well, depending on the spec, manufacturer, etc. On the Volvo, you can go into the settings, set the overrun speed, so it will allow the truck to overrun your cruise control set speed by a predetermined amount of kilometres, which you can change in the settings. So I always set that to the minimum, which is 2 kilometres an hour. So if I have my cruise control set to 80, it will only allow the truck to run to 82 kilometres an hour, and then the hill descent system will step in and use the exhaust brake / engine brake to do its best to keep the truck at that speed, if that makes sense. It will also change gears, so giving it a lower gear, which gives it greater engine braking efficiency. So basically, it'll do its best. If in a situation like this, I'm following another truck down a hill, I can't just see that collapsed bridge. Thought I was going to get a glimpse of it, but I haven't. So anyway, assuming it's there, I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's that one. Anyway, yeah, if in a situation like this I'm following another truck and he's keeping a sensible speed, what I can then do is put my active cruise control on, which will do exactly the same thing pretty much, but it will also employ the use of the service brakes, so i.e. the foot brake. It will automatically apply the foot brake to keep my distance away from the vehicle in front. So I can basically use the truck in front, he's doing all the braking, gear changing, watching his speed, you know, keeping his speed to a sensible level, and all I need to do is stay behind him, because my truck will do whatever his truck does. Obviously keeping an overall eye on everything. If he starts to let it go and ends up doing 75 miles an hour, I don't want to be behind him. So yeah, it's a really, really good way of coming down steep hills. like this now, with all still going downhill with all the bends, etc. He's braking. In fact, what it'll do here, even though he's come off, it'll still brake behind him and keep that relative distance. So all I need to do is just touch the throttle to override the active cruise. And once he's gone, just let it get back to doing what it wants. But yeah, they're braking for all the bends, everything, and I'm just sat behind them basically, not touching any pedals, just steering the truck, watching my speed. So, makes life much easier. For those of you that are more interested in the technical aspects of what we do. Quite like this drive. I have to be in the right mood for it, I suppose. And I might get a bit fed up a bit later because it's very twisty and turny, and as I head down towards like La Spezia. I quite enjoy motorways that go through the middle of cities. Stretch. Well, you don't go through generally, so it goes around the back a bit really, but so you get what I mean. Even down to having the headlamps on auto. In Italy, you're supposed to drive with your dipped headlights on anywhere. But I don't anymore because this has got DRLs, which is daytime running lights, which are adequate to satisfy Italian law. But obviously in the tunnels they're not enough. But every time I go into a tunnel it switches its own lights on. Come out of the tunnel, switches them off. You get it in France quite a lot, where you'll go through the tunnel. You don't have to have lights on in France for daytime driving. You'll go into a tunnel and obviously there's, well, obviously I suppose, obvious to me, there are signs before the tunnel telling you to switch your lights on. Lots of countries are actually. And then there's another sign at the end of the tunnel reminding you to switch your lights off again. But again, obviously with the automatic lights on this, I don't have to worry about that. It does it all itself. Fairly surplus to requirements actually, me. asked what kind of stuff I like to watch on YouTube recently, and I don't watch other lorry drivers' videos, I'm sorry to say. I used to, but I don't anymore. There's quite a lot of people doing them now. I do watch a lot of commercial aviation related documentaries and things relating to that subject. I'm a commercial aviation nut, I love it. And I follow particular people on Insta and on YouTube as well. They have pilots that have their own YouTube channels and make weekly videos, and I watch them and I'm fascinated by them. Some cover the more mundane aspects of daily flying, and some cover the more technical aspects. One in particular I like is Fly with Captain Joe. He's brilliant. He's brilliant at making videos, very technical, but yeah, he's brilliant, very interesting. What else do I watch? Oh, I found a YouTube channel called Crimson Guitars. I have no interest in guitars at all, but for some reason I am now fascinated by watching this fella make guitars. So, and I've watched loads of them recently. I don't know why, I don't know what's attracted me to that. So yeah, anything commercial aviation related. Air crash investigation, that kind of thing. Oh dear. This is shut. Wasn't expecting that. Never mind. Ah. Aha. I was wrong then about the, yeah. Ah, yeah, no, right, now. When I said earlier, I was expecting to see where the bridge collapse was, that there has recently been in Genoa. I was mistaken as to where I've actually come out on this coastal motorway, because there are two motorways you can come out, or you can come down from where I was. I know better really, I've been down here loads, but I just wasn't thinking, and I've come down the first one, not the second one. So I have actually come out before the bridge, so I'm now on the diversion around where the bridge has collapsed, which I didn't particularly want to be, but I am. So there you go. Closed a lot of roads around it as well, so I'm thinking that way personally. Don't really know where I am here. I might be on my way to the cruise terminal, you know. Looks vaguely familiar. sure. No, I think I've come the wrong way. Oh no. I have that. I've got to turn around here. That might be. Don't know. Sure, find me where. I think I'm going to follow the signs for Savona and the SS1, because Savona isn't where I want to go, but that might take me in the general direction of where I need to be, because the Autostrada one, interesting. I think that's the road I need to be on, down there on the left. Centro. Centro sounds good. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. It would do if it wasn't the wrong way. Oh, if it wasn't the wrong way, it wasn't blocked off. Yeah, they've shut loads of roads around here. It's confusing at the best of times around here. But when the roads you're looking for are closed as well, yeah, I think I am right here. But I might need to go this way to turn around and come back. Yeah, there's definitely something. I think there's definitely something in place here to make us go a particular way. Because that's corned off as well, to stop us from turning around, because I want to go the opposite way on this road, and it's corned off to stop me from doing it. So yeah, there's definitely something in place here. So I could be really cheeky and do a big U-turn there, couldn't I? Let's not though. Let's stick with the plan. I know I couldn't have done. It's one way. I'll come back to you. Sussed it out. I was wrong going down to that first roundabout where I had to turn around and come back. I should have split off to the right before then. But I am now back on the right road. Bit of a one-way system. You've got to go around the one-way system and head back, basically on this road but the opposite direction. We get to see a bit of Genoa we've never seen before and sit in a bit of a queue. Lots of mopeds, lots of motorbikes, lots of people that have complete disregard for their own life. It's like any city really, I suppose. London's the same. It's interesting to come this way because I'm not in a rush. But loads and loads of time left for today. So it's interesting to come this way and see what they've done about it all. I suppose this diversion is going to be in place for a very long time. Because the clean up and reconstruction of the bridge, I suppose. Well, it's not going to be a quick job, is it? Very Italian, this, isn't it? Lots of old buildings with overhanging balconies and people in Fiats pushing in front of you. And horn blowing. Yeah, hopefully get around this bit. We should get going again. I'll leave it running because we film lots of motorways, lots of empty motorways. We don't really film much in the way of this kind of stuff. You get to see how the Italians drive. A bit dispassionate approach to it, as I was saying earlier. There we go. Bikes up both sides of me. I think I've got to get in that lane. All you need to do really is get the front corner of the truck in. Once the front corner's in, it's as good as in. But I suppose they'll do the best to keep me out. Best isn't good enough. So, yeah. I hope this is interesting. I find it interesting. Tell you what, I'm not going to be happy if this takes me back to where I was. I'm sure there's so many people going this way. This has got to be right, hasn't it? It's got to be. If this isn't right, if this way isn't right, I don't see how else you could get round it. This clip would be a full episode all in itself. The old policeman on point duty is getting a bit irate. Oh, he's got his whistle out now. Car coming down here, wants to push in. Oh dear. She's just running the back of that car. See, there you go. That was worth it, wasn't it? Yeah, that was worth it. Oh no, she nearly reversed into that bike. Stop there. This is all exciting stuff. I'm surrounded by bikes now. He's getting well excited, isn't he? Shouting at everyone. I don't know what he wants everybody to do. What does he want everybody to do? She's going to run him over. Cheers, brother. Thanks, man. Sensible. Oh yeah, she stopped down there. So where are we going here? I reckon on that side of things. I hope that's right. Ooh, road sign here, it's a bit steep. She's now trying to convince her that it's not that bad. I didn't hit you that hard. You don't need to get my insurance details. Oh yeah, well happy with that. Well happy with that bit of filming. So we're not going to follow. I'm going to follow for Centro. I ain't going Autostrada. That's not happening. This is the other side of that roundabout. So this is where I was. And yeah, that's why they've put the corns there, so you can't just chuck a U-it off the end of that slip road. So that is right. Yeah, that's it. Let's get up here. I often find in Italy, if you don't really know which lane to be in, just try and occupy them all. They'll work it out for themselves. I can go over there. Yeah, quite enjoying myself now. A7, A12, Porto. So that's got to be right, yeah. Police on point duty as well. Telling everybody to go right. So that's right. Down here. How is that bridge? The bridge is alright. This is a very long clip. I suppose it's a good example of how I deal with the unexpected. Still on my right hand side. Massive port area in Genoa. Massive, it's huge. Oh dear, I can see where the bridge is collapsed. Oh man, I can't film that for you. That is spectacular. That is, wow. I wish I could film that for you. That is unreal. It's a way off in the distance on my left, but that is unreal. That is just a huge section of that bridge is missing. and just complete and utter devastation underneath it. This is very typical of Italy. This is very Italian, this. Bumpy roads. Ramshackle, run-down buildings. Suss this out now. Sorted it. The old lighthouse there. I can now follow the signs for the autostrada now, because it's taking me where I want to be. Up here, possibly stopping us from doing something, potentially. Now, yeah, this is the cruise terminal. This is where I thought I was. I definitely recognise this. Oh, Strada, left. Yeah, because I've been down there. I've kept right there, coming out of the cruise terminal, and it's not the right way to go. It's not good. And there's a weight limit. So but you can see how run down these roads are. That's it. We're up here. We're on here. We've got it. I nearly went the wrong way then. Won't run into the back of her. There we go. We've sussed it. Start to finish, really, that, wasn't it? The full thing. That bridge is... where that's come down. That's some sight, that is. This is actually the way I used to come out. I should have known this from back there when we did cruise ship work. You go into the cruise terminal in Genoa, offload, and you come out this way. Threw me a bit. I've got a reputation for getting lost in Genoa as well. So, I mean, look at this in here. I mean, you can't say this is well maintained, can you? just dire. And I think I've had enough for today. It's 2:30 and I've done enough. I'm gonna have a look at this place. I can't remember what these services are like. I haven't been down this way, down this stretch of motorway. I haven't done it very often. It's normally come out in Genoa and that, and you should go straight down to Rome on the SS1. It's not often you cut back across this way. Don't want to get too close to Florence, really. Don't know why, just don't. It's a bit chaotic, isn't it? Not just sure I like it here. No, I don't like it here. A shame. Oh well. I'm going to stop here. It's an indicator because that camper van's pulling out. I'm going to stop here though for 10 minutes and go to the shop. That'll do for 5 minutes. So I didn't stop at those services. I carried on round Florence and then stopped in the, I think it was the second services after Florence. And this is a very typical Italian national road, really. It's very equivalent to an A road in the UK, an SP classification, Strada Provinciale. To be careful in Italy now, because if they get you on a speed camera, they'll send it to you in the UK. I found out to my cost recently. pretty much this is what Italy looks like now. All the way down, right down to the very south of Italy. Italy's massive as well. I don't think people appreciate how big Italy is as a country. Huge. Little Fiat there. That fella's probably on that from new. So it's Saturday morning now. Goes well, should be home next weekend. Well, not Saturday, but it should be home Sunday. But it's best not to plan too far in advance. When they change it all, you'll only be disappointed. Loads of old trucks. The further south in Italy you go, I mean I'm not very far south here, but the further south you go, when you get south of Rome, south of Naples, then you see loads and loads of old trucks. Loads of old Icos as well, the old turbo stars. Lots of old Volvos and Scanias, obviously, but you don't see many old Icos anywhere else. You see loads of the 190 48s and that kind of thing. Normally really laid back as well. In the cities, as you saw in Genoa, can be a bit fraught. Get out here, they're normally really easy going, really laid back. I've had some really good trips recently. In fact, in the last couple of years I've had some really good trips, but I haven't had any inclination to make videos really. Where have I been the last couple of years? Gibraltar. Where else have we been? Oh, this time last year, in fact this week last year I was in Trondheim in Norway. Beginning of last year I was in the Arctic Circle, way up north in the Arctic Circle in Finland. Latvia, been a couple of times to Latvia in the last 12 months. I was in Poland a few weeks ago. Lots of mundane stuff as well. Lots of Swiss. Lots of Germany. I don't find Germany mundane, to be honest. That's unfair to Germany. I quite like it in Germany. But yeah. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff. Not much Spain, which I don't suppose is a bad thing. When was the last in Spain? Oh God, I can't remember. I cannot remember the last time I went to Spain. I know last time I went to Spain, when I came back, I went straight back out to Greece. When was that? I don't know, beginning of summer. Not a big fan of Spain. Although, working for previous companies, that might have had more to do with you were normally carrying some sort of offence into the country with you, which is never good in Spain. You know, I'm not talking silly stuff, I'm talking minutes here and there, but they'll have you for it. They're awful down there. Huge amounts of money for the most minor, and I mean minor, of things. You know, you'll get stopped in France on your way down and they'll say, you know, you did a couple of minutes over here, or you didn't do quite enough of this, or you've done a bit too much of that, don't do it again. And then you'll get into Spain and they'll fine you 1,500 quid for the same offence. It's ridiculous. Totally disproportionate. But I don't have that problem anymore. To be fair, I can't remember the last time I drove when it was dark. So that's about it, really. I hope it was interesting. Oh, police. The police speed control. Unusual. Nothing for me to worry about anyway. 60k limit and I'm doing 60k, so I've got to say, if you don't like them, if you don't like the videos, why do you watch them? Seriously, why? It says a lot more about you than it does about me. So yeah, although I don't get very many at all abusive comments anymore. I mean, virtually none, but they're still out there. He doesn't know what he's talking about, he's done nothing, he's been nowhere. Yeah. I've actually met some of these people that have hurled abuse at me via social media, and I can honestly say, without exception, their attitude in person is very, very different to their attitude online. Whereas mine isn't. Mine is exactly the same. Ask anyone that knows me. So, yeah. Oh, really particular ones springing to mind now. And I met him on the bus, on the train. So we got on the train, and I got on the bus to take, because you don't, and for those of you that don't know, when you get on the Eurotunnel, you don't stay in the truck, you get out, they come and get you in a bus, take you down to a carriage at the front, and you stay in the carriage for the crossing. So I got on the bus, and there was a particular, I was going to say gentleman, but particular person on the bus who had previously been extraordinarily unpleasant to me via social media, and I can tell you that the face-to-face meeting was totally different. Not quite as bold. Nowhere near. Morning, Bob. I bet you still watch him. Oh dear, you were funny. Anyway, enough of that. That was funny. Yeah, a bit of Italy, a bit of France. Tunnel. Bit of Italy. Quite a lot of Genoa. And some Italian countryside.